We're back, and I have new facial hair configuration, longer hair. I don't think I've ever looked the same twice in a video. My self-maintenance is not ideal when I'm locked in my room all day. Anyways, let's talk Capitals. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Recap from Chirpin DMV. I am Ben, your source for all things Washington Capitals hockey. Now, this is like week 22. I missed the last 2 weeks. I explained on Twitter, you probably don't follow me there, but I explained it there, that it was crazy. The Capitals played like so many games right when we all happened to be busy at Chirpin. Like, I was out of town for 4 days, maybe 5, and I think they played like 3 games, so I missed all of those games. So it didn't feel like right to make a video talking about them and breaking them down if I didn't see them, because I would have less knowledge on the game than people watching the video, and at that point, why am I making a video? So we're on week 22 here. We got games against Buffalo, we got games against New Jersey, and then we got a game against Carolina, last of the season. So anyways, let's get into this one with the Buffalo game. So Buffalo was the first of a back-to-back against Buffalo, New Jersey, and for the first game they put Sammy in net. I don't know if that's because they thought like Buffalo was an easier team and they'd rather save VTech for New Jersey or what it was, but anyways, they gave Sammy the look here. Dowd and Oshie were still out for this one, so they were rolling with 11 forwards and 7D. Never an ideal situation when you don't have enough forwards and the D have to keep rotating and stuff. That's just annoying as hell. There wouldn't be any goals for about 9 minutes, but then there's just this disgusting play between Backstrom, Wilson, and Mantha. Wilson carries in the puck, slows up a little bit, feeds it over to Backstrom, who just extends his stick on the backhand right around the D-man, over to Mantha, who just puts it on the backhand right in the net. Beautiful goal. Mantha is looking just phenomenal still. He continues to just be lights out. Backstrom can pass, so that's noted. And Willie getting on the board again too. Continues putting up the numbers he's been putting up this year. Then late in the first, Jeff Skinner comes in, takes this pathetic little backhand through traffic. It goes in. I wasn't happy about this goal. I don't know whether to blame Sammy or not, because like backhands are the hardest shot to read in hockey as a goalie. I was told that by coaches, pretty knowledgeable. And it was also through traffic, so I don't know. It was just a weird goal. I'm not happy that it went in, but it did. So 1-1 game. And Michael Kempny, who was in this game still, he's taking like 1 million penalties this year, and he takes like 3 a game. I don't know what's going on with him, if he has a vendetta or something, since he got injured against Tampa that one season and was never quite the same, so now he's just taking it out on everybody. Just stick penalties all over the place. Slash someone in this game, broke their stick. So yeah, Kempny is going to murder someone soon this year. Early in the second, the Sabres are pressing, which is not good. And Sammy makes a massive save on Jeff Skinner, so nice redemption save there for the backhand goal that went in. And then it's who else but Nick Jensen, the kid. He just gets the puck at the point, waits a little bit, unloads a wrist shot. I thought he like snipped it, like just picked a corner or something. I think it hit Dahlin's stick, but nevertheless, Capitals take the 2-1 lead. Jensen's on the board. I think he has like a career high in goals or something. I could be wrong. I should probably look that up before I tell you that. I was right. Go me. 5 goals in the season. That's a career high for Nick Jensen. Not necessarily an offensive threat, but, you know, Capitals are getting a lot of production from their D this year, and Jensen's a part of that, so that's awesome to see. The Sabres keep pressing. They're actually just dominating the Capitals. Like, they can't get the puck out of their zone, which isn't good for a team with Stanley Cup aspirations. Now, again, teams can play good games. Any team can play a good game against any team, any night. It's the NHL. It's hockey. That's how the sport works. That's why it's the best sport, because there's a greater chance that the underdog can win every night than in any other sport. But anyways, you really shouldn't be getting this dominated by Buffalo. Like, I know, like I just said, teams have their nights. This wasn't really like Buffalo's night. Like, they just had a really good second period, but still Washington just can't get it out. Gets over to Jeff Skinner. He takes a shot. Sammy gets a piece of it, and then it squeaks through him. Every time you want to love Sammy, he makes the big save, redeems himself. He lets in a goal like that. Obviously, not entirely his fault. Capitals can't clear the puck, but that's an incredibly savable shot, and it doesn't get saved, and it's a 2-2 game. Then not long after, the Sabres score again because they continue to dominate the second period. This was a brutal second period by Washington. They couldn't get like anything going, and they were just getting worked. Other than the Jensen goal, it was really just a low point in the game. Of course, then you have the guy who just who has bailed the team out for years now, Alex Ovechkin, just off the draw, shoots it on net. It's in. He just ripped the puck. It was insane. Ties it with like 3 minutes left in the third because he wanted to, so he did. Nice face-off win by Kuzi. He's been getting a lot of goals from the point. They were talking about that on the broadcast, and Kuzi's a big part of that. He's been doing way better in the dot. Kuzi is just... I'm not turning all the way around. It says Kuznetsov there. He is just having an incredible season, especially this last little bit of the season. He was on like, I don't know if he still is, but he was on like an 11, 12 game point streak. Just phenomenal. Game's tied at 3. In the third period, there is an insane scramble in front, and like I've said, every scramble in front ends up in the net in Washington. I don't know what's going on here. Sammy makes the save. It goes between his legs. Orlov goes to pull it out, but it gets taken away from him. I forget who it is. I think it's Olofsson. Just gets completely alone in front with a wide open net. Ovi is just putting every extremity he has in front of the puck, but I think Olofsson missed, but regardless, Ovi was selling out for that. So that's our captain putting the body on the line. Guy who doesn't block shots. Look at him go. Capitals keep the game tied. This one goes to overtime. Overtime is not good for Washington, which is not surprising. They get worked every overtime. This one was no different. Fortunately, they didn't score. This one goes to a shootout. So to summarize the shootout, Evgeny Kuznetsov, this guy that I just talked about, picks up the puck, goes in for his attempt, gets just over the blue line, and completely stops skating. He is going at an absolute snail's pace, or like a snail riding a turtle or something. He is just coasting in, stick handling the entire way, getting Tokarski. If I was a goalie, if I was Dustin Tokarski here, I would be freaking out. Like, this guy's coming in just back and forth. I'm like, holy shit, what is he going to do? Like, just shoot the puck already. Kuzi holds it, wait till Tokarski goes down, roots it over his shoulder. Phenomenal goal. There's a whole complication with Alex Tuck. His lace is broken, so he can't go, so Middlestat goes. Pretty sure Tuck could go. The middle of his lace was broken. It's not like he was going to step on it or anything, regardless. Then it's the captain again deciding, hey, you know what? I want the extra point. So he just goes in. He has this new backhand move that he does every shootout. It's worked every time, so keep that going. And the Capitals take the win in this one, 4-3 on the back of Ovechkin, to the surprise of nobody. Next up, we got the game against New Jersey. We got Vitek back in the net. Like I said, it was a back-to-back. We got TJ Oshie back in this one. Hopefully he can stay in the lineup a little bit longer because he plays like 3 games at a time, misses 5. It's just been a brutal year for the guy. There wouldn't be any goal scoring in the first, but then in the second, the Devils get the goal scoring started early. They had a couple of chances. One finally finds its way in the back of the net. Then very shortly after, Connor Sherry's coming down the wing, 2-on-1, tries to sauce it over the D's stick. D kind of gets it, puck slows down, but it goes right onto Tom Wilson's stick as the goalie's sliding over, puts it 5-hole. Tom Wilson has his 20th goal of the season. I'm also pretty sure in the last game he established a new career high in points for him. So Tommy Wilson from Toronto, Ontario, Mr. Clean, having a hell of a season. 20th goal. He's probably going to break his career high in goals because I think it's like 22 or something. He's at 20 here. And the Capitals tie it up. Then 7 minutes into the second, the Devils make it 2-1. It was just an absolute bomb. Like, whoever took the shot, I want to say it was Damon Severson, who's a guy that's been in the league and on the Devils forever that no one has ever talked about once in conversation. He snipes his puck. Yes, it's like from the blue line, so you'd like to see it get saved or blocked or stopped or something, but sometimes you also have to respect that that is just an elite shot. Devils take the 2-1 lead. Early in the third, the boys are moving the puck around well. Carlson gets a pass, quick one-touch over to Schultz, who moves it cross ice, back door to Connor McMichael, who puts it in. He's pumped. The game's tied. Everyone's pumped for him. Nice to see McMichael score, get rewarded. He's been playing some good hockey lately, so Capitals tie it up on the back of McMichael. I also forgot to mention this was the celebration of Nicholas Backstrom's 1,000th point. Awesome pregame ceremony. They had the 1,000 on the ice with his family there and everything, and the 1,000 had apples on it, which is hilarious. I like that they use what he's most well known for, like assists, and for those of you who don't know the lingo, an apple is an assist. So I think it's cool that they utilize that in his celebration, because obviously all the players know what that is, and that's how they would choose to celebrate him, I'm sure, because they know how good of a passer he is. So everyone in the crowd was given these little rubber apples with Nicky with like 1K in it, which is pretty cool. I actually like that, even though it's just like a little rubber apple or foam or whatever it was. That still is like a pretty cool thing to get. And then Backstrom gets the puck right near the boards, does something he doesn't usually do, which is shoot from pretty far away, and it goes in. The goalie probably should have saved it. Lindy Ruff, the coach, just laid into his goal. I think it was Nico Dawes, the kid. Just said, like, yeah, a veteran goalie probably would have made some of those saves. Like, whoa, way to instill some confidence in him there, Lindy. That's awesome. But anyways, Backstrom scores, and the fans just do the best thing. They just whip all the apples onto the ice, so the entire ice is flooded with apples. It was one of the coolest moments I've seen as a Capitals fan, just like during regular season celebrations and stuff. I wasn't sure how that would go because when stuff like that happens and it's not like a hat trick or something, it usually comes back to bite them in the ass. Fortunately, it didn't in this one, but it was just a really cool moment. I'm sure Backstrom loved it. I'm sure all the boys loved it even more. Then the power play, which has been clicking as of late. Kuzi's kind of drifting into the corner back on like the side that they load up on the power play. He's drifting, sees Ovi just backdoor alone. Don't do that. Defense lesson number 1, don't do that. Feeds it over to Ovi backdoor. He puts it in the net, obviously. Capitals have a 2-goal lead now on that one. Devils would pull their goalie and score with 30 seconds left, but it wouldn't be enough, and the Capitals win this game 4-3 as well. It's really cool that they won on Backstrom's night. It's really cool that Backstrom scored, and obviously it's nice that Ovi got a game winner, so not a whole lot to complain about in this one. Pretty much everything went right. Obviously there were some like woes, like the slap shot goal and everything that you don't want to happen, but goals are going to get scored on, and this was just a good game. And if you're a Capitals fan, you got an Ovi goal, a Backstrom goal on his night, Tom Wilson goal. For me, a nice John Carlson pass. I know no one else cares about that because we have a dumb fan base. But anyways, moving on to the Carolina game, I won't touch on this one long because what's the point? It was a brutal effort. Nick Dowd was still out for this one, so Eller was on the 4th line center, McMichael on 3rd line center. They're liking McMichael, not loving Eller too much. He hasn't had his best season. Vitek in net, and I just feel awful for Vitek because a whole lot of this game was just mistakes. Like the first goal was tough because like McMichael went to poke a shot off someone's stick, went right to Derek Stepan backdoor. What can you do there? But then from there on out, there was a couple backdoor feeds, guys forgetting their assignments, them leaving the middle wide open. Vitek got a piece like 2 or 3 of them, so I just feel bad for him because he did all he could do. There was just an egg laid in front of him, basically. There was also that brutal TJ Oshie call that could have changed the entire game, no joke. So Oshie drew a power play for Washington, he got cross-checked, and then on the power play, Jordan Staal grabs Oshie's stick with his bare hand and rips it out and throws it away. That's at least 2 infractions that I can count. Not being a referee, but I'm pretty sure. Oshie gets his stick back and Stahl's still trying to hit it away from him, so Oshie just whacks his stick. Stahl drops it. I don't know if he's holding his stick like this or something, but he drops it and ref calls a penalty, and right when he calls a penalty, Ovi gets a one-timer, shoots and scores on Freddie Anderson, which was not easy to do this game, so that would have been nice. So Capitals get a penalty, goal doesn't count, and from there on out it's just goes right downhill. The only redeeming thing was that Wilson scored again to increase his point total this season. He got his 21st of the year on the power play, but I mean, this was just a shit game. Like I said, total defensive mistakes all over the place, but you know, they've been winning a lot of games lately. They've been playing better. I know as of late, they've kind of been lacking defensively a little bit, like having their woes, so hopefully they can tighten that up, but this game was just like, hopefully they see this game and realize, okay, we need to be better than that. Like, because they were getting worse, but they were still winning. This one, they got smoked, so it's like got to be like a wake-up call. They have like 5 days off, so hopefully that does something. I hate Carolina. They're a bunch of losers, and 3-1 season record against them is not bad, even though their fans want to brag about being like first in the Metro. Like, that's sick. Washington did that for like 6 years in a row. Congrats on just getting there, though. Capitals lost that game 7-1, by the way. But thank you so much for watching. My overall thoughts on these 3 games, like I said, there's a lot to like. Defense has been an issue. Goaltending, I haven't hated. Sammy's game was a little rocky, which is tough because I hate just ripping on him every time he's at net, but it wasn't great. Vitek, he tried, but he, like, again, defensive woes in front of him. It's hard to make up for that every single time, but he's doing what he can. Offense has been clicking, power play has been clicking, so there's a lot to like, some things to fix, but that's always going to be there. Again, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. And that Lars Eller hit wasn't bad. At the end of the game, he just threw a hit. Yes, he got hurt. He didn't hurt him. His leg got tangled up. Don't complain about it. It was a fine hit. Peace out.